I'm glad to be here with you. It's another season that we are upon. Good to be here with good content, good sports, good interviews. Your boy, keeping it fresh. On today's show, I am joined with a special guest, defensive line coach and head JV coach for Leon High School, Corey Gaines. Corey also played at Ole Miss University, University of Mississippi, also known as Ole Miss, and Gabi legend as well. So I'm glad to be here with Coach Gaines. Coach Gaines, good to have you, sir.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. And Coach, for those who don't know and know you, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Tallahassee, born and raised. Went to Gabi High School. Graduated in 2009. Then I went to University of Mississippi. Like you said, also known as Ole Miss. I played for Coach Freeze my first 3 years, and my last year I played for not excuse me, I played for Coach Houston Nutt my first 3 years. My last year I played for Hugh Freeze. And now I've been coaching since coaching high school football since 2013. So this will be my seventh year coaching.
Well, that's certainly a good ranks and amongst to be just a great resume that you bring, and then I'm pretty sure you bring a lot of those things that were implemented from your programs that you had as an athlete into your coaching style. So with that
Absolutely.
being said, Coach, the last time that everything was normal was early March, and then we
Yeah.
get hit mid March with the pandemic. Just talk to us about what are some of the things your program and your team has to deal with during this pandemic, and how you had to go about making some of the adjustments from the face to face to maybe doing things virtually.
It sucks because a lot of the juniors that's this our seniors now missed out on spring, and that's when college coaches come around to every high school and recruit, and we're able to send out film. So unfortunately, COVID hit us, and those guys that was kind of like just under the radar to just start getting the recruiting ball going for them. Spring got canceled, so that kind of sucks. So now we kind of got to play catch up with conditioning, and we doing Zoom meetings, trying to do chalk talk over Zoom meetings. This summer, these past couple months, been kind of, if you're a high school coach or just a coach in general, you got to be kind of be creative and trying to keep that bond between your guys and their teammates. So it's been a kind of creative process these last 6 months to try to keep the guys motivated, make sure they're working out and everything. So it's kind of hard to tell a 16-year-old kid, hey, make sure you're running. It's just hard. So you just gotta hope that he's listening to you and conditioning. So today was our first practice, and you could tell a lot of kids kind of took those months off. So we got to play catch up, get them back in shape, and get them back thinking about football.
That's great, Coach, and I'm pretty sure it will. The first practice is always the benchmark to set and to rise above that mark. So when this thing happens mid March, you make game plans. Where are, in terms of just trying to get everything together, where was your thought process, when this whole thing hit? Because we've never seen anything like this to shut
Right.
down completely everything of normalcy.
Well, when everything shut down was like mid March, like you said. We were just like getting into our off season, getting ready for spring. So we was lifting, we was conditioning, and so we started in January and at the end. So you have 3 months under your belt, and then it just stopped. So a lot of those guys in those 3 months make some great gains on their bench press, their vertical, their power clean, their squat, and then you lose it after being in quarantine for 6 months. So it's kind of like damn, I hate that hate the COVID happened because a lot of our guys lost their games. So when we were able to come back in the summer, we had, like I said, we had to play catch up again. And so once we started in June, a lot of guys, kind of recovered, made some more gains, went up 10, 15 pounds on whatever. And then boom, we got shut down again. And so we just kind of keep going back and forth, trying to play catch up. So it's it's kind of hard to try to get those guys ready because we play in 2 weeks, so we got to be season ready in 2 weeks. So it's kind of hard.
Well, Coach, I know you'll do a great job, just helping your program and helping your young kids, get up to par with everything. So how was it like trying to just communicate and get the playbook out, just to
Uh, like
everybody?
like I said, we did Zoom meetings, and so we'll have like a whiteboard in front of us, and we try to, it all depends on if the kid internet was working or if he was in a good spot to have, be able to see the Zoom. So it was just kind of difficult. And plus, kids nowadays don't have the attention span to even sit long and hold their phone for 45 minutes to an hour. So all our Zoom meetings was maybe 15, not, I don't want to say 15, about 25, 30 minutes. Just talking ball, make sure we're answering questions, make sure we're trying to stay on top of them, make sure they have their physicals done and all that good paperwork so we could be able to start today, kind of hitting the ground running. But of course, every kid wasn't able to get on Zoom. And so you have half the kids that's knowing what's going on, and half the kids like, okay, well, I wasn't here, da 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 da. So it's a good thing because you got Zoom, but I know for sure for me, I would rather have those guys in person and be able to, ask questions and really walk through the plays and all that good stuff.
So has the county has they made have they made any new provisions, any new adjustments? Because I remember that we were supposed to start around the 24th of August. Then that got, like you said, got pushed back. Um, in terms of just the schooling part first, where are they at in terms of, are kids still meeting face to face, or have they been given that online option to stay, for
Uh,
the whole year?
so the kids this summer they had options to do brick and mortar, which is on campus, actual at the school, and then they had the choice to be digital academy, and which is doing online schoolwork from home. So you have about half the kids that's brick and mortar, what they call brick and mortar, and then half the kids that's doing digital academy. Now, where it kind of gets kind of the fuzzy area with sports is that with football you have over 80 guys on the roster, and so if a parent, hello, I just had a call. I'm sorry. If a parent decide to have a kid do digital academy, and we have practice at 2:30, they got to be at the school at 2 o'clock, and most parents are working. So that's the one thing I don't like about the digital academy because the kid doesn't drive, he's not going to be able to get on campus at 2 o'clock. And I understand the parents, they want to keep their child safe. That's their treasure, and I understand that. But as far as football, we just got to make some accommodation. And we tell the guys all the time, life's gonna throw you curveballs, so we just gotta make adjustments and roll with it. And so, yeah, man, that's how everything's been going. This whole school year has been just kind of just out of whack because of COVID. But I think a lot of teachers on campus are really like doing their best, and the kids are really like responding well to the digital academy and the brick and mortar.
Well, that's great, Coach, and certainly, we just want everybody just to be safe.
Absolutely.
Definitely, we can um, make education definitely a priority. If students don't have, laptops and computers, just try to help them as best as way possible.
Right.
Uh, just making adjustments. There's no spring football. You got
Right.
a different group of core players. Just talk to me kind of about some of the ideas that you have going into this season with the guys that you have and the guys that have transferred, either transferred out or transitioned out because of graduating from high school.
Well, a lot of we got hurt by a big senior class. We had a few guys transfer that we was counting on to go to schools, but this upcoming year for our varsity team, we're going to be really young. Um, but that could be a good thing. They're really young, so they're very coachable, which is a great thing. Um, that's the only part we're lacking. They're great athletes, great kids, very coachable. We're just young, and so I know we have a new offensive coordinator, so he's not giving them everything just yet. We just, just like a baby, just feeding them a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. And so hopefully by mid-season, we can put everything together and we're a totally different Leon team. because the past 3 years we haven't been very well. But I think even though this has been day one for us, it felt a little different. I was talking to some of the coaches; it just felt different. Everybody was, like Coach PJ Fleck said, everybody was rowing the boat together, and it felt good. It really felt good.
And Coach, you already talked about it. Game one is upon us on the 25th.
Yep.
What are some of your expectations just, going in from, this express 2 weeks and then, playing the first game?
Well, we have a new defense coordinator, new offensive coordinator. So things will be a lot different, offensively and defensively. I know defensively we're gonna get after it. We're gonna tackle well. We're gonna try to hit people in the mouth. Discipline football. Offensively, we got some tools. We just gotta, everybody gotta get on the same page. Right now, we just gotta learn the playbooks, and I think we're gonna be okay.
All right, Coach, last question. We saw that you all made some facility upgrades and changes to your field, your practice field, from grass to turf. Can you talk to us about what brought about that decision?
I think the superintendent, Rocky Henner, is going to do all the high school will have turf fields, which is a great thing, especially for us for practice, because our practice field is bad. It's like a swamp out there. So when it rains, it's just muddy and everything. So now we have this turf. The kids like it. It seems bouncy. Even myself, I'm like, man, I think I can run a 4.25 out this at this thing. So I appreciate the new turf field. It's just better. I think a lot of kids, won't get hurt, won't twist an ankle or anything like that. So the turf field that definitely helps.
Well, all right, Coach. Well, we thank you for your time. How can people get in contact with you, and do you have any social medias?
Yeah, you guys can follow Leon Football on Twitter. I would love if you guys do that. Let me get my followers up so we can start creating the buzz around Leon High School again. Restoring the roar.
Restoring the roar.
Yep.
All right, Coach. Well, we thank you. I thank you for your time. Have a great season and best wishes on everything. Be safe, and thank you again.
Stay up to date with the latest from INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.com.
INSiiGHTS is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on INSiiGHTS represent their independent thoughts and representation.